Welcome to the channel, everyone. Today, working on my 2023 Polaris Ranger 1000 XP. Working on the rear, actually on my bed organization. So I've got my shovel that I've had for a really long time. It's just a fiberglass deal I got, I think, at the local hardware store. And like I said, I've had it for a while now. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to add to it. I got this little, I guess they call it a little survival axe. And it's pretty gnarly little axe. So there it is. You can see it's ready to do some damage. But yeah, I just figured this might be useful for chopping something, cutting roots, breaking up the dirt or something. So I'm going to get that on the side there with the shovel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the shovel down. Move the shovel down or move it up, one of the two, and then I'll put this up there. So okay, so that's the general idea of what I'm trying to do here. I'm gonna have to execute it a little different way. I tried using these are quick fists from the jack kit, the Polaris jack kit that I got. Tried to use them. I thought they were going to be small enough, but they're not. I need some mini quick fists, I believe they call them. I believe it needs to be like an inch or less to be able to grab a hold of this handle here. So I'm gonna pick them up. I think I got a set somewhere, but heck if I know where they are. That's why I try not to get too much stuff ahead. You forget where you put stuff, especially our shop is kind of a mess, but anyway, they're not that bad. They're not that expensive, so I'm just I'll grab a set and then I'll fix that. But it's pretty much gonna be here. I'll probably have it straight instead of angled. Right now I got it angled so it doesn't fall out, and I got it up in here so it doesn't fall out that way, because it's really not holding it. It's holding it, but it's not holding it in there securely. Okay, so finally I got these mini quick fists, and I think they're going to work out perfectly. Here they are. I've added this 1/4-inch bolt right there. That's how I'm going to bolt them on. So I'm going to get them bolted on my rack here, probably down here. So I'm going to do that. I'll come back, show you what it looks like. Okay, so that is absolutely perfect. Exactly what I wanted. Just like that. Really secure. Like it. I really like it, guys. So the next thing I want to tackle is this spare tire. And you can see how much space there is kind of wasted here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my spare tire off. I'm going to shorten the arm on this Kemimoto spare tire mount. So I'm going to bring this in. I haven't measured it yet, but I'm going to bring it in quite a bit, because it's like, you can see it's way away from the bed. And this is a factory tire. I'm running it's a factory front tire. And actually, if I do get some aftermarket rims, I'm sure they're gonna go out. They're gonna push out a little bit. So that's even gonna go further that way. So yeah, I don't need it sticking out that far. So I'm just gonna, like I said, I'm gonna get that. I'll get it disassembled here, and I'll show you kind of what I do. Okay, so here's the arm on the Kemimoto spare tire mount that I'm going to shorten here. If you've seen my videos, you know how this thing goes together. It goes on there like that, and there's a jack right there that can adjust for different size tires. But anyway, I'm going to cut this. I think I'm going to go 3.5 inches. I want to go 4, I'm worried the tire is going to get into the deal right there. So I think I'm going to go with 3.5. I'm going to wreck their name here, but I'm going to cut 3.5 inches off of this, I think. Also, I'm going to straighten. One of these is really bad, one of these studs. I'm going to cut it off and re-spot it on there. Actually, I think there might be 2 of them that are really bad. So I'm going to, while I'm messing with this, cutting it up. Okay, so I'm on the welding table. I cut this chunk out of it right here. Honestly, I don't know exactly what I did. It's like 3.5 inches, but this is angled. So I probably should have done more to get my 3.5 inches. Another thing I don't know is once I get this welded up, will my jack go low enough to be able to set the tire on the floor of the bed? So I don't know. I'm gonna tack up the 2 pieces I got here. I ruined the studs getting them out, so I got to get some new metric bolts for that. But yeah. So this metal, you know, it's probably not thick enough for this job. It's really thin. I mean, it's bending every time I do something to it. So yeah, it's kind of not thick enough, I don't think, for a tire holder. But I'm probably gonna have to add a piece onto here, or maybe even box this in to get it, give it a little more strength. But we'll see here. Let me get this tacked up, and then I gotta kind of do some looking and see what's gonna happen. Okay, so there it is, 1 piece again. Kind of messed up the name, but that's all right. I boxed it in. I added this piece in the bottom to box it in. Feel like the added weight is well worth the strength you get. It's not near as long, so it probably is a lot better than it was before anyway. But yeah, I'm not going to super clean those welds up. You can't hardly see this when it's on there. It's inside the wheel. I do have to go get some studs. They are 12 millimeter, or 12 by 1.5 is the pitch, which I believe is standard. All the newer Chevys have that. So it shouldn't be too hard to find some studs in here. Pretty much ruined the studs getting them out. But yeah, I'm gonna get them in there straight the first time here, if I didn't bend that up too bad. But anyway, when you bolt the wheel on, this should flatten out even if it isn't straight anymore. This is so thin of metal, it should flatten out anyway. But anyway, I'll show you what I find to replace those with. And yeah, I'll be back at it tomorrow. Okay, so there's some studs I got welded on there. I was going to get wheel studs, decided against that because I'm going to be welding. So I just got some, these are just standard 12 millimeter bolts with the right thread. And yeah, it's not a Chevy. I thought they were Chevy, but I think Chevy's a 14 millimeter, not a 12 millimeter. It's quite a bit bigger. But anyway, I gotta clean this up now again for the final time. Get some paint on it. Okay, so I've got it mounted back up. I ain't got nothing painted because I wanted to do a test run here. Probably gonna run this for a little while just to make sure everything will be all right. I don't know why it wouldn't be all right, but I'm just gonna run it for a little bit before I paint that arm. But this is the way I feel like it should have come, you know, from Kemimoto. You can see it's tucked up. I probably could have done the 4 inches that I was thinking, and I still would have been all right. But the 3.5, I guess it worked out. I mean, it looks like I got a ton more space, even though, you know, you're only talking 3.5 inches, but this is a little bed. Every little bit helps. And, you know, I feel like This is the way it should have come. And if you have a bigger tire or a wider tire, you can buy cheap wheel spacers and move your tire away from the bed or away from the jack if you're having trouble. So I'm really happy with that mod. Really like it. Actually, I might take this tire now that it's further tucked in. I might put it on the front of the bed and turn it the other way. We'll see. So I guess that's going to do it for this one, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video here. And I'll see you.